Hello, hello. My name is Kate. I am a wedding and portrait photographer, and today I'm taking you behind the scenes with me on one of my most incredible photo shoots to date. Last year, I had a client of mine that's turned into a really good friend over the last few years. We've done so many different shoots, so many adventures, and it's been absolutely amazing to be able to call them my friends and to be able to do these adventures with them. We went to Utah for the weekend, and we're in Vancouver, so that's not a small thing. You browse online, you see all these beautiful locations all the time that you would just love to photograph there, and my client loves beautiful things, absolutely, and she is absolutely beautiful. So you'll see her in these photographs. I'm going to take you with me behind the scenes. I'm going to show you how I photograph, what we were doing, my mindset behind these things, and also I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my gear and what I use and how I captured this stuff. You're not going to want to miss out. There's so many beautiful things in here, and I think it will really help you when you do your next photo shoot and give you little ideas as we go. So we flew out to Salt Lake City, May long weekend 2022, and it was absolutely breathtaking. Before we went, we came up with all these different locations that we wanted to photograph when we were down there. We really wanted to maximize our time, and our first stop was the Salt Flats, who are absolutely, it's breathtaking. It's beyond, like, all the different senses that when you're out there. It's so busy, which is absolutely insane. So it's a little bit of photo editing in there, but you can feel the salt crunch beneath your shoes. It's everywhere. It's sticky, which is really, really strange. But the textures out there and the way it hit the light bounces and reflects off everything. It was absolute dream. So we got there and we wanted to capture the dress. This dress that we chose for the Salt Flats is absolutely stunning. It wasn't our original dress that was selected for the photo shoot, unfortunately, because the dress that was our original selection didn't come back to the dress designer in time because there was a mess up with the previous. It was very frustrating. So this was our backup dress and she wore it flawlessly. It was absolutely stunning. Our biggest thing to start with, we wanted to capture this dress and the essence of her and how beautiful everything was. We wanted to get, there's so much movement in this dress. Like, there's the amount of skirt there was, you wouldn't believe how much skirt there was. And so we fluffed and I got her moving around, just feeling the space, getting comfortable there and just working out those nerves. So we got the movement and we got the dress flowing and we got her. It was so beautiful. We played with that lighting and the angles of everything, because that sun was overhead. It was a little bit higher than we wanted to be, but we wanted to have that full duration of that golden hour. Crouching low, getting those different angles just to be able to decide where I want that sun to hit her. And did that dress. We did the butterfly. So hold the dress, fly it up, the light caught it, the wind caught it, and then we brought in her man, and he is fantastic. So David came in and it was pure magic. There was so much romance and it was just everything that we were looking for. I started out with them walking, just holding hands, taking in the space, taking in the moment, because I don't want to be yabbering in their ear the entire way. So I had them just breathe it in, take it in. Like, they are in Salt Lake City, which is where she's dreamed of coming for so long, literally for the Salt Flats. But I think so many photographers, we all want to be there. We all dreamed about being there, and we were there, and they were just absorbing it. And I was capturing that from a distance, just giving them that little bit of space. Then I got a little bit closer and I just had them snuggling on each other, holding their hands to each other's face and just like nuzzling. And then here I am just like quietly like wrapping nuts around them, going from one side to the other, up and down. Like, I love those different perspectives because you get so many different compositions from like one pose. You can be here, and then you can wrap around this side, and then you can go high, you can go low, and you can go far back, and you go close, and there's so much you can create from one pose, especially if just suggest that they just keep moving, just keep their hands moving. Yeah, just keep their hands moving, hands on the faces, noses, and all this kind of stuff. Just like breathe, taking it in. And it was so challenging because there was a little bit of cloud cover right by the horizon, and so like you can see here how it goes from like super dark to like really bright because that sun popped out behind the clouds. Not only were we coming up with all these different ideas on poses and to be able to like grasp that light before it goes, but I'm changing my settings so fast because it goes just all of a sudden everything's blown out and overexposed. I'm like, so brought that ISO right down. I boosted up my shutter speed just to make sure I captured everything nice and crisp, and we got it. Find them those moments to just giggle with each other, laugh together, whisper sweet nothings in their ears. It just creates this entire like vibe and mood for them to be able to enjoy the evening as like a pure date of enjoying each other's company, but also like being able to just keep them relaxed and capture those candid moments. Those are, I mean, really, that's everything that I always want to capture, is those candid, genuine emotions, opposed to posed, stiff. That's just not me. So we got them playing. This is one of my favorite things, is to sling your arms around the neck of your person and just link fingers. And then I have him sway her out and in and out and in, but he has to kiss a different spot in her face the whole time. He's never allowed to touch her lips. So it's always forehead and nose and neck, and it's just super playful and fun, and just it gets so much laughter. And then the almost kiss. The almost kiss is so good. There's so much raw power and teasing, that like anticipation of like just breathing each other in, and then just, oh, you let them kiss, and it's just like, God. And that sun was showing us for us. It was so beautiful. So here I am just trying to get that sun just right, to get that flare straight through the middle of them, and to be able to get that ultimate frame within a frame. After a little while, we wanted to get a little bit more movement in there, because they had been stiff a little bit. It was beautiful, it was warm, but movement just creates so much emotion, especially with this dress that had so much movement within it. We played around. I went close, I went far, I went left, I went right. We had a sequence going, and it gave such variety in our gallery, which was so cool. And then I really wanted to get this like mood. Okay, so I organized the dress behind her, and I gave her some direction before I got there. And it was to just, in a second, I'm going to give you some prompts, and I want you to just waft the dress. Just like throw it behind you, get that movement, but keep your faces super close, because as soon as you keep that face super close, your eyes closed, it just like, it's like this magical, mystical, emotional, it's lovely. Nuzzle, snuzzle. The snuzzle is my word. It's snuggling and nuzzling, snuzzling. And that's why it's the staying close, keeping intimate, keep your eyes closed, and just like keep your faces moving, that kind of thing. It's absolutely beautiful, and it captures such raw emotion, which is super cool. It was an absolutely epic weekend. I think I lived about 100 hours in one day. It was unbelievable. The next day we went up to the sand dunes, and we did a desert road, and like it was the most packed weekend I think I've ever done in my entire life, but it was just so absolutely amazing, and everything that we had intended and planned ahead of time to be able to capture, it all came into this one weekend, and it came out exactly how we were after, which was amazing. The entire time I photographed using my Canon R6. Those are my babies. I've got two cameras all the time. I had my Hello London dual leather camera harness. It feels like a mouthful, but I had that harness on the whole time, and I had my 35mm 1.8 on one side, and I had my 85mm 1.2 on the other side, and that's what I dual shot the entire time. Of course, I had my GoPros on the top so that I could take you with me, and it was those are just like my combo. Those are my magical combo, and I absolutely love them together. I didn't want to pack a whole ton of gear with me because I had a lot of crap with me, so it worked out so amazingly. They complemented each other really well, and it created such an epic gallery. It was worth every second.